All right. So, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Um, I am, as you know, teaching from my daughter's house in Indiana, and it's nice and bright and sunny here and kind of warm. I hope it is the same over there. So, what I've been thinking about, what we're going to play with a little bit today, is the idea of healing. We're all healing, I think, just from coming into this world, right? You think about how we move through the birth canal into this world, right? It's the shock of being in this calm place where we're held and we're nurtured and everything we need is right there. And then all of a sudden we get pushed out and here we are, or taken out, depending on how the birth takes place. And then all of a sudden, here's all the stuff that we're not used to. Everything that we're used to has suddenly changed. And think about how many times that happens in our lives over and over and over again, right? Just in ways that looking back seem like they're subtle, but way back when they weren't so subtle. Like moving from, if you went to a preschool, being taken out of that place and going to kindergarten, and then going to grade school and going to junior high school and high school, like all those transitions were kind of like that whole birth process, right? You get comfortable and and then all of a sudden, boom, you're someplace else. And, also things that happen to us in our lifetime, right? Deaths and moving and change of jobs and, illnesses, all kinds of things happen without any warning. And just like this, everything's different time and time and time again. So we're always healing. We came into this world, I believe, to heal. I think that we are all healers. And I think the self healing is where it all starts. And to me, healing happens in layers. It begins with this gentle awareness that there is something that needs to be healed. Right? I'm not a bad person. I'm not an angry person. I'm a wounded person. Our society puts labels on things. That person's angry and this person is this, and she's so quiet and nice, and like we all have these labels. And once we get these labels, it's almost like there's this subconscious move to live up to those labels, right? Or to be exactly the opposite of those labels. So we're never just kind of encouraged to just really be who we are. So much stuff happens on the outside. The healing to me, I believe, begins on the inside. It begins with that gentle awareness that something needs to be healed. And then from there, it moves on to the need to self assess what it is that needs to be healed, not what anybody else is telling me I need to do or I need to change. What do I need to do inside to find that place of balance? How can I hold myself like I was held in that womb? How can I make myself in this world, despite anything that's going on around me, feel nourished and nurtured and okay? And how can I create a space where I can rise up, where my voice can rise up and come out and be heard and held by me, right? Without any attachment to how it's received by anybody else. For me, that's the healing that takes place all the time. And Kundalini is the natural process of beginning to awaken that awareness of what in me needs to be healed. And each of the Kundalini Kriyas, meditations that we're given, they're all focused on little different areas where we can begin that healing process, where we can support and nurture that healing process. And the beauty of that is that once we begin the healing process on any level, whether it's emotional or physical, right, or mental, if we start with our mind, it seeps over into every other area. So if I am suffering terribly on a physical level, if I'm in a lot of pain, then I might not start with the physical where it's really hurting. I might start to heal something emotionally, right? Because sometimes it's an easier in where the pain is not really, really, really deep. And that's why very often when we're in a lot of emotional pain, we'll do some physical exercise. We'll work on the physical aspect because it's just too tender to touch the emotional. And so we move to where we can easily start to get in there and start the healing process. Then we start to learn to trust that everything is so interconnected that whatever healing we initiate on any other level will start to trigger a healing on the next level and the next level. And one more thing to me that I think is really important is letting go the attachment to figuring out exactly what it is or what caused it, and to just start to gauge my level of ease and peace inside. Because if something is bringing me to a level of ease and peace, then I'm healing. It doesn't matter how anything else looks. It doesn't matter what my mind says. If there is ease and peace inside, despite anything else, the healing has begun. So just taking that in and maybe seeing if that pertains to you in any way. Close your eyes and begin to settle into your space. Just gently begin to move through your body with your mind. And find those tiny spaces, those spaces where our samskaras, where our wounds, our triggers reside. And just bless each of them. Send love to those places in your emotional body, your physical body, your mental body, your mind, the subconscious, the unconscious. Send love to the parts of you that you love. And send love to the parts of you that you criticize. Send love to what you perceive as the beauty in you. And then send love to what you perceive as the ugly in you. See if you can begin, maybe you already have, maybe you already do, to love it all. To hold yourself in that space of the womb. To nourish and nurture yourself in any way you can. On the next inhale, bring your hands together at your heart center, and we'll open with Om Namo, Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Pause, take it in. Allowing that higher self to rise up. The part of you that does the holding, that does the nourishing, that sees the truth. Let that wisdom rise up. And then we'll move into our next chant, Ad Gare Name. Ad Gare Name. Jugad Gare Name. Sad Gare Name. Siri Gurudeve Name. Ad Gare Name. Jugad Gare Name. Sad Gure Name, Sri Guru Deve Name, Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sad Gure Name, Sri Guru Deve Name. Pausing again, receiving again. Absorbing all of the blessings, all that we connect to, absorbing it through our skin. Allowing that energy of protection, of being held, to permeate every cell. Power of loving intention, I believe powerful enough to change your DNA. Feel that. And then inhale, deeply pressing your hands together, palms overhead, reaching for the sky, feeling the energy of newness, the new moon. A few days ago, the new moon began. Reach up, grab that energy. Open your palms first for a moment to the sky. And then exhale, your arms widen around. Letting your fingers touch the earth. Eyes closed. Bask in the stillness for a moment. And opening your eyes, we're going to do another celestial communication meditation today. It's funny, I haven't been doing them so much. I used to do them all the time, and I love celestial communication meditations. And I think it's probably because I always open with Ad Gare Name as a celestial communication meditation. So I've been staying away from them for some reason. And lately, the chant that has really been speaking to me a lot is Gobinde Mukande Udare Apare Haryang Karyang Nirname Akame. And it's a chant that um, really begins to soften our healer minds. It reminds us of how powerful we are, that we are everything, right? Every aspect of everything that there is lives inside of us, right? So it's Gobindi, that which sustains you, Mukande, that what liberates you, Udare, that what elevates you, Apade, delivers your intention into the world. Haryang destroys that which is no longer necessary. Haryang, creator, creates what we need right now. Nirname, that which is beyond any category or name. And Akame, that which is beyond desire, beyond attachment, the pure knowing of who we are. So a really powerful chant. And I'm going to play some music. We're going to do a celestial communication version of that chant. So it's going to look like this. You're going to start with your hands on your heart. And then it's going to be Gobinde, the right hand comes out and up. Mukande, other side. Udare, create a little circle. Apade, you're just going to do that. Haryang, you're going to reverse that. Karyang, the right hand comes out. Nirname, the left hand comes out. Akame, hands on top of each other on the heart. And then you're going to slide like this to start again. Does that make sense? So this, the circle, this, reverse it, back out, heart. Okay? All right. Let me start the music. So I couldn't find the version on Yogi iTunes that I love, but this one is sweet. The pace changes from time to time, so just stay with the pace as she sings, all right? Here we go. Gobinde Mukande Udare Apare Hariyan Kariyan Nirname Akame 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 Gobinde Mukande Udare Apare Hariyan Kariyan Nirname Akame. Just come to stillness with your hands on your heart, your eyes closed. And just really feel the energy of that. The energy of that which sustains you and that which frees you, that which elevates you, and that which delivers your truth, that which destroys, lets go, eliminates, and that which creates, which calls in, which expands, that which is beyond, a name, a label. And that which is beyond any kind of earthly desire, the pure knowing, the pure connection, feel that all. Your truth, the truth of who you are. And gently let your hands float to your knees and begin some gentle spinal flexes here. Starting off nice and slow. And then picking up the pace, really feeling that sense of your root rocking forward and back, waking up, rising from the root. And what we're going to work on a little bit today is the energy of the colon. And colon is part of the Apana energy, the energy of elimination, of letting go. And for me, a lot of what stands in the way of my healing, this has been my awareness, is my inability to let go of beliefs, let go of things that have happened in the past, let go of my opinions, judgments, self-judgments of what has happened in the past. Right, of things I wished I'd done differently. Maybe things I let go of that I wished I hadn't. All kinds of stuff locked away in that regret hope chest. And so as we work on the energy of releasing the colon, that mucousy energy that slows the digestion, that stops us from absorbing the nutrients in our bodies that we need in order to thrive. As we work on eliminating that energy from our physical body, from the colon, we start to release that energy from our minds and from our emotions and from our hearts. Next time you come forward, pause there, and then inhale your hands to your shoulders, thumb in the back, 4 fingers in the front. Come to a neutral spine and just begin to sway to the right, inhaling, sway to the left, exhaling. Just nice swaying motions. And finding your rhythm. Each and every one of us vibrates at a different frequency. Really plugging into your frequency so that you can be available and aware to what that frequency yearns to connect with. When we are in touch with our own personal frequency, our own personal vibration, we call into our world people that will support us, that are like-minded, that will uplift us. And we call into our world people that will help us learn the lessons that we need to learn. Not only people, the things, the situations. And when we tune into that frequency, that pure vibration of us, we also call into the world, into our world, the things that bring us the most joy, the people that bring us the most joy, the situations and circumstances. Next time that you exhale, come back to center, keeping your hands where they are. Just start to twist in one direction and then the other, inhaling one, exhaling the other. Maybe even vibrate with each twist. Gobinde, Mukande, Udade, Apade, Hariyang, Kariyang, Nirname, Akame. Just keep that chant moving through your awareness. Calling upon the whole of you, all those aspects. You are all of those things. Yes, there are things that we destroy in our lives, but they need to be. There are things that end, they need to end. In order for there to be a clearing, for the new to begin. Right? So many mixed emotions in this human lifetime. Moving away, right? It's the sadness of leaving people behind and the excitement of moving to a new place, especially if it's someplace that your heart is moving you toward. Nothing is simple. Nothing is just good or bad, as much as our mind would like to label it those things. Everything just is, and then there's emotions that go with just is. Come to stillness. Hands to your knees, eyes closed. Really move into the stillness. Feel the stillness. Let the act of sitting in stillness be an active action. Actively sit in stillness, purposefully, consciously. And then opening your eyes, you're going to bring your hands together in prayer. You're going to lock the right thumb over the left, and you're going to bring this mudra up over your right shoulder. And you're going to hold it there, and you're just going to begin to move through your pelvis, kind of like a rocking motion. Rocking from side to side. So kind of rotating the pelvis like a fulcrum. Yep, you got it. Eyes closed. And then once you feel that you're in rhythm, mind, body, everything right there, stick out your tongue and begin breath of fire as you move. Breath of fire out of the mouth with your tongue out. Really moving, really diving deeply into the energy of the colon, and allowing all of that sticky, stuck energy to begin to move. So often when we have trouble letting go, eliminating, releasing, it's because of a buildup of ama in our colon. Right? Think about plumbing when pipes get all that gook that builds up over time. And so this big, wide opening through which everything leaves gets smaller and smaller and smaller because of the buildup. This exercise helps to release that buildup in the colon, to make space so that energetically and physically, whatever no longer serves us can move on. What are you holding on to that no longer serves, that maybe was so important and served you so well for so long? And now it's time to say goodbye. Letting it go. One more minute. Really give it all you got. Release it. Feel it melting away. And remember, all of this is a process. So layer by layer by layer by layer. Right? And feeling what you feel as those layers slouch away. It's confusing being a human because sometimes the things that bring me the greatest joy also bring me the greatest sadness. And it's hard when your mind wants to reconcile that instead of your soul just letting you feel that. The soul just wants to feel it all, experience it all. The soul doesn't want to miss a thing. The mind distracts us because it wants to understand why, how. It tells us that sad and happy can't coexist in the same moment, and that's just not true. The next time that you rock over to your right, pause, and then come back to stillness. Release your hands to your knees, eyes closed. Pause and feel. Maybe in your mind you can picture your colon. It doesn't matter if you have no idea what a colon looks like. Just imagine whatever comes to you. This space, this outlet, this vessel that collects the remainder of what it was that served us once, and gently sends it on its way to be transformed energetically into something else. Picture that. And notice in your mind more and more and more space being made. Layers gently sliding away, however that looks to you. maybe like wax melting from a candle. Whatever comes to you, feel space inside and just say to yourself, I am becoming more and more willing to let go of that which no longer serves. I am willing. I am becoming willing, whatever it is for you. Maybe notice a little energetic space being made in that declaration, in that intention. And if that feels hard on any level, then I am willing to become willing to become willing to. Start somewhere. Then opening your eyes, you're going to arch your hands overhead, connect your fingers, and you're simply going to begin to sway as far down to the right as you can, back up to center, as far over to the left as you can, and just keep going. Your arms are framing the arc line, that connection between your lower self, this humanness, and that pure divinity that we are. So much power in the arc line, our halo. That which reminds us of how angelic we are, of how not of this world we are, while we are of this world. If we knew with certainty, if we were so aware of our angelic nature, then we wouldn't hesitate to let go of everything because we know that we can never lose anything. When you know yourself as that, you know there's no way to lose anything because you are everything. And all it is, all it all comes down to is one energy, the energy of pure love. Everything you let go of transforms into that and returns back to your heart. Every person we think we lose, we don't lose them. They just come back to us in a different way because they are us. All of those aspects, Gobinde, Mukande, Udare, Apade, Hariyan, Kariyan, Nirname, Akame, all of those things, all the time. Rocking back and forth. Colon is very connected to the energy of the root chakra. The root chakra, we think of it as the earth chakra, as the chakra that it vibrates at the lowest frequency, so it's denser, and so it has to do with this physical world, the things that we can physically touch. But then an aspect of the root chakra moves back down into the earth, right? Way below, into all that is, into where creation begins. That vibration in the middle of it all. And so as much as it's a physical earthly chakra, it's also a very heavenly chakra. The next time that you come up to center, stay there. Take a deep inhale. Press your backs of your hands up toward the sky. Hold everything in. Pull everything up, up, up. Exhale, hands to knees. Shake out those arms if you'd like. And then just stillness. Eyes closed, taking it in. Opening your eyes, bring your arms out to the sides. Slight bend in the elbows. And you're going to start to shake your forearms and your elbows so that your hands just flip-flop. Just going to flip-flop those hands. Eyes closed, focused up at the third eye. Flipping and flopping those hands. Releasing that grip. We hold so tightly to that which we think we can't live without. We don't have to live without anything. It's all within. Everything. All you need to sustain you right inside. All you need to free you right inside. Everything you need to uplift you. Anything you need to project exactly what you need to project into this world right inside of you all the time. Just feel as you loosen your grip, as those hands flip flop and let go. Feel them become lighter and lighter and lighter. And as they become lighter, maybe even feel energetically how they grow, how they expand, how they can hold so much more. Right? With our hands, our palms wide open, our fingers spread. There's so much more space to take in. When we're gripping and holding, there's no room for anything else. Feel the energy of possibility as you flick and move. Energy of possibility, excitement, right? What does it feel like to make space for whatever's coming next? And to have such a relationship with the divine that you know whatever's coming next is for your greatest good. And so there's an excitement about that. Thirty more seconds. And then just shake everything all around. Hands down to your knees, eyes closed. Relax. Make sure those shoulders are relaxed. Shrug them up to your ears. Let them fall down your back. And then from here, let it all go. So much space. And then opening your eyes, you're going to cross your arms and so that your hands rest just above each opposite elbow. You're going to raise your arms up like this. And then you're going to begin bouncing your arms and hitting your palms against your upper arms. Eyes closed, gentle gaze straight through closed eyelids. And as you get into your rhythm, if you want, you can go a little heavier, a little faster. Find your rhythm. Find your perfect balance here. This motion, this exercise, brings everything in your entire body, all of your bodies, into perfect balance. Gobinde mukande udare apare, hariam kariam nirname akame. And then with the next bounce, let your hands and move into fists and bring them down and just begin to pound the tops of your thighs right where your thighs meet your groin. Stick your tongue out. Powerful breath of fire with the tongue out. Keep going, maybe tasting that metally taste on your tongue as toxins move up and out, letting it all go. Letting it all go. Very powerful breath of fire. Kundalini yoga, it's said as we do these breaths that encourage those toxins to come up and out, they get so bitter on our tongue. And then we stay with it over time, that bitterness suddenly turns to sweetness. And that's when you know that you've shifted. We're not going to stay that long. So on some days, I think it would probably take 24 hours for that to happen for me. And on other days, a lot less. Then bring your hands to stillness, bring them onto your knees, and begin nice, quick spinal flexes. Breathing breath of fire in time with the movement of your body. In and out through your nose this time, regular breath of fire. Breaking it up, moving it, and then expelling it, allowing it to move out. Always creating space, always creating movement. It's when we're stagnant. Our minds sometimes want us to stay anchored in one place because they think it's safe. They don't trust, our minds don't trust that if there's something that we're enjoying so much, if we let it move through us instead of grasping at it, then the mind thinks that we lose it. But the fact is that we enjoy it all the more because we know it's something that's fleeting. Everything is fleeting. Our lives are fleeting. These human lives in this body this time around. You'll never experience this moment again, so you may as well enjoy the heck out of it, right? The next time you come forward, pause, bring your arms out to the side, bring your spine back to neutral, and just start to crisscross your arms in front of your face. Eyes closed. Your arms should be completely straight. Nice fast motion. So important. We clear the inside and then we clear the space around us, our auric field. We forget sometimes that it's not just this physical body that makes up us. The space around us, our electromagnetic field, just as much a part of us as our colon, as our heart, as our lungs. It just vibrates at such a high frequency that it can't be seen and felt in the conventional physical sense. But we see it and we feel it all the time. And there are times as you do this work, you begin to glimpse people's auric energy. You'll see a beautiful light around someone. And then you'll ask yourself, am I really seeing that? And you are. Inhale your arms out to the side, hold the breath, pump your navel with the breath held. Exhale, inhale, hold the breath, pump that navel. Exhale, last time, inhale, pump as hard as you can. And exhale your arms down, eyes closed. Feel. Opening your eyes, you're going to take your hands like this, palms up. You're going to bring them to the right side of your body. And then you're just going to swing up to the left and back to the right, and up to the left and back to the right. A little twisting motion. Eyes closed, gentle gaze through the backs of your closed eyelids. So the funny thing about this Kriya is that it's suggested that you drink some prune juice before you start. You pause before this exercise and finish your prune juice. Help you eliminate. So if you have some prune juice around, you can sip on it. Moving that energy. Feeling the congestion in the colon. Moving through, giving it permission, thanking it for all it's done, letting that build up, that ama, finally move on. Like a spirit stuck here, right? Energy that gets stuck, that ama, that build up. It's just energy that wants to move on. It wants to transform. It wants to experience itself as something else, right? We hold it in our bodies. Let it go. Give it permission to turn into the purest form of love that it is. 20 more seconds. And then come to stillness. Take your arms again, lock them together, let them rest against your chest. Everything nice and relaxed. Close your eyes and sing along to this beautiful chant. I am thine in mind, myself, Vaheguru. Hum me hum, tum me tum, Vaheguru, 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 Vahejio, Vaheguru, 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 Vahejio. I am thine in mind, myself, Vaheguru. Hami ham, tumi tum, Vaheguru, 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 Vahegio, Vaheguru, 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 Vahegio, Vaheguru, 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 slowly make your way into child's pose or baby pose. Once you get there, you can bring your arms to your sides if you want, or out front. Jack, you could even just lay your head on your desk if you want. And just let yourself get lost in some music. And then slowly walk yourself back up to a seat. Once you get there, you're going to stretch your legs out in front of you. And you're just going to bend forward, grab your toes, take a deep breath in as you exhale. You'll come back up and you'll do that 3 times. Reach for the toes. Exhale up. Inhale, exhale down. And then you're going to, after you finish reaching for your toes, you're going to move your head in a figure 8. Let your chin, make believe there's a pen on the tip of your chin, and just draw an 8 in front of you, moving your head like that. Just really rolling that neck. And then as you come to stillness, we'll move into a short shavasana, either seated or on your back, whatever feels good. Just close your eyes and go so deeply inside. Enjoy the sense of freedom and space that you've created, unleashing that apana, that eliminating energy. Really, truly expanding into the truth, into your own healing. Another layer melted away. Can you pause for just a moment to feel your breath, to feel your heartbeat, to feel your soul? Can you pause for just a moment to listen to the silence, to listen to the ease, to listen to the flow? If you could pause for just a moment, you could feel where your breath meets your body, where your breath sparks your soul, where your soul meets the world. Because where your soul meets the world, your soul soars into the universe, connected to the universe, connected to that spot in you that is the same spot in me, the spot that doesn't hurt and isn't sad, the spot that is what it is for just what it is. Can you feel the spot in you? Because it's the same spot in me. And I think it can change the world. We can sit here and be led by our fears, our desires, and our shame. Or we can step into the spot together, united and fearless, to live the lives we are meant to live, healing one layer at a time, together. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Gently move your head from side to side. Bring movement into your fingers and your toes. If you're on your back, you can bring your knees into your chest. Rock yourself up to a seat. And together, bring our palms together and rub, connecting so deeply to that fire inside. And then take those hands, place them right against your heart, flat against your heart. Really feel that connection. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Please join me in sealing our practice together with a long Satnam. Inhale. Sa. Nam. Allowing your palms to float together up to the space right between your brow, bowing into your own soul. Be loved, believe, be true to you. Satnam.